The idea that Jeff Sessions is some kind of Russian operative is so stupid and ridiculous and insane. And the idea that he would collaborate or collude with Russians to do anything wrong with the election is just absolute nonsense. This is all now a fantasy. It's all, shadows and mirrors and smoke that they are doing because they don't have the government, and so they can't continue to do what they were doing before, which is to take away our freedom. You know what the most important thing about Jeff Sessions is? I'm willing to bet that a lot of you listening to the sound of my voice don't know this story about Jeff Sessions, that what he did recently was he stopped the Obama administration practice that encouraged and sometimes required banks and other companies to donate large amount of monies to outside groups as part of settlement agreements with the federal government. Now, that sounds like an incredibly boring story, but it's not. Listen for just a second. Say you're a bank, say you're a big business, okay? And the federal government comes after you. So one day it's like that show on Showtime, Billions. One day the federal attorney comes out and says, you're not doing things right. We're taking you in. You could go to prison, or you could settle with the government for several hundreds of millions of dollars in fines. And we want you to pay those hundreds of millions of dollars in fines to Acorn, to our left-wing, whatever our left-wing charity is, the charity of our choice. That's what the Obama administration was doing. And since we know that under, the new restrictions and the new regulations that Obama piled on business, you're virtually always committing a crime when you're in business. You're virtually always afoul of some stupid regulation or some law. So it's just a question of time and of choice that the federal attorney is going to come to you from the deep state and say, pay up and pay Acorn or whoever we want you to pay as a settlement for this. And of course, you don't want to go to jail. You don't want to face even worse fines if you lose a court case. And so you pay up. Jeff Sessions stopped that. Just a total slush fund. The other thing that's funny, in conjunction with that, while James Comey was testifying and everybody was going, what's he saying? And what does it mean? And did he say this? And did he say that? The House was passing a law that gutted Dodd-Frank. They're passing a bill that gutted Dodd-Frank, which is this incredible mountain of legislation and regulation that was written by Barney Frank and Christopher Dodd, two of the big causes, two of the men who actually caused the 2008 meltdown. So they caused the meltdown and then said, oh, wow, the free market doesn't work. We need more government intrusion in your business. And if you violate that intrusion, by the way, you've got to pay millions of dollars to our favorite left-wing charity. So all of this stuff was going on, this incredible chain of regulation and corruption, deep state corruption that was funneling money to the left. Jeff Sessions stomped on that, as well he should have. It should be illegal. You shouldn't be able to do it in the first place. But of course, nobody ever stops it, because if you win, then you get the money. So Jeff Sessions, because he's an honest guy, straight arrow, he put a stop to it, as well he should. That's the big story about Jeff Sessions. Whatever happens today, however they wrong foot him in testimony, which I don't think they will. I think he's smarter than most of the panel put together.